Yesterday's game was good, but also ugly, and it was a win despite a loss. And what do I mean by that? Because, well, the Titans help out their draft picks. So on today's show of Titans Today by Chat Sports, and I'm your host, Brett Alper, by the way, we are taking a look at the latest NFL draft scenarios for the Tennessee Titans after their loss to the Saints 34-26. I'd like to make note that at their wins that they have now, the Titans, they cannot get the first overall pick because you went out and killed the Kansas City Chiefs and also upset the Cleveland Browns a couple weeks ago. You no longer have the options to get the number one overall pick. The Raiders will be getting that one. And make sure you also subscribe to the channel. We got you covered all off season long with Titans draft coverage. Mock drafts will be coming up for you. Then talking about just the latest scenarios, trade situations, everything that you can imagine. We got it right here on Titans Today. So hit that sub button right now. Let's just talk about just what happened yesterday during the game. Tyler Shuck went off once again. Another 300-yard game for him, 2 touchdowns. Audric Estime, the Notre Dame running back from a couple years back, went off, which kind of surprised me. Chris Olave, with the good wide receiver that he is. But Cam Ward, another stellar performance that we'll get to in the back half of the show. Tony Pollard hit 1,000 yards on the year. And Chigga, it's looking like he might want to stay a Tennessee Titan with the performance and just the connection that he has with Cam Ward. But overall, you got the loss. So what does that mean for the Titans draft scenario? Well, you see right here, at 3-13, the Titans, they are currently at the number 4 spot. The Las Vegas Raiders are at number 1 after losing to the Giants yesterday. Giants at 2, Jets at 3, and then Arizona at 5, Cleveland at 6, and Washington at 7. And I put all those bunched together because the Titans could draft as high at number 2 overall, but as low all the way down to 7. And that's something that probably you don't want to see happen. And with the games that are coming up on Week 18, there are 5 games that Titans fans you want to be specifically watching on Sunday for draft scenarios. You can see the game on Sunday, Titans-Jags, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Jets-Bills, because the Jets, Cowboys Giants at 1, Browns-Bengals at 1, and Commanders-Eagles at 4:25. So kind of like, let's look at the draft scenario. So if the Titans end up winning the game, they could get picks 7 through 5, and that would take either a Titans win, Cleveland, Arizona, and Washington loss. Now, if Cleveland wins, Tennessee wins, Arizona and Washington loses, that's where it gets a little tricky for 6. For the 4th pick, the Titans have to lose, and the New York Giants and the New York Jets, both New York teams, have to lose. They stay at that top 4 spot. For the 3rd pick, the Titans lose, and the Jets or the Giants win, one of those teams. And then for the 2nd pick, for the best possible scenario for the Titans to have, the Jets and the Giants need to win. And first off, I want to look at just the game on Sunday for the Tennessee Titans against the Jacksonville Jaguars. You see the line right there, 11.5. No one thinks that the Titans even stand a chance in this one. Well, there could be a random upset. We saw how Cam Ward has played. We've seen this offense kind of start to click here and there. But for the Jags, they're still fighting for the division. They're still fighting for the number 1 seed overall in the AFC. And if you take a look at just the AFC playoff picture, you see the Jags right there. They take on the Titans on Sunday. If they win, and let's say the Broncos and the Patriots lose, they jump up to 1. Also, if they lose and the Texans win the division. So you could say here that the Jags will be trying their ass off to win this game. It's not going to be one of those scenarios where they're locked in and we're going to see the bench the whole entire game. No, we will see Trevor Lawrence on the field. We will see Travis Etienne. We will see Jacoby Myers. All those guys are going to be on the field. Do not expect any starters to be benching. Now, for the other Week 18 matchups, the Bills, they host the Jets, and the Bills are trying to either avoid the 7th seed or get the 6th seed. They might bench starters, but let's be honest here. We watched the Jets play. If you saw yesterday, they lost 42-10 against the New England Patriots. Brady Cook is starting at quarterback. They are a dumpster fire. Worse than the Titans have been all season. The Titans have started to pick it up. I don't care who's playing. The Jets are going to lose that game, no matter who is starting at quarterback for the Bills, whether it's Josh Allen or it's Mitch Trubisky. This is the game I kind of want to look at where it's a little interesting here. And it's the Cowboys against the Giants. And the Cowboys, they have been absolutely terrible. The game on Christmas looked bad. It looked really bad. I know everything that happened, they still got the dub, whatever. But the Giants, after yesterday's game against the Raiders, they looked kind of good. Jackson Dart, it's kind of the same scenario that the Titans have with Cam Ward. The Giants have Jackson Dart. They want to develop their quarterback. They don't want to start tanking. So don't be surprised if, the Cowboys, they don't care anymore. They're out. For the Giants, they want to develop their quarterback. Kind of the same thing here in Tennessee. So do not be shocked if the Giants upset the Cowboys on Sunday, get that win, and then maybe the Titans can move up in a draft pick. But overall, I mean, the Commanders probably going to lose to the Eagles. They're still fighting for a seed spot, right? Right, producer Chip? The Eagles are still fighting for a seed? Yeah, they could get 2. So expect the Commanders to come out and probably lose from blowout. So you look at the Giants, that's a possibility to win. The Jets ain't winning. I'm telling you that right now. So would you be happy with the Titans draft pick at 4 or at 3 or just the scenarios in general? Let me know down in the comments section. Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. On the back half of the show, look, it was a loss, but the Titans left home with something yesterday. And they could keep their heads high, and I think Titans fans are looking as a positive outlook going into yesterday's loss rather than a negative outlook. We'll get into that in a second. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. Look, whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard, but in life and on PrizePicks, it feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every single weekend, elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops. PrizePicks lets you take control. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less than 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if your picks are right, you can cash in. There's a new feature alert. PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And you know, if my lineup is looking good, I'm going to use that cash out option. I got a lineup for Monday Night Football. I got the more on Puka Nacua. Even though it's high, 108.5 receiving yards, give me that over Atlanta. Matthew Stafford, give me the more on his passing touchdowns. And Kirk Cousins, you're an old man. Give me the less on his passing yards at 220.5. You can make a lineup just like that when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Okay, so once again, the Titans offense looked kind of great in a loss. The defense is still trash, and I wish I wish everybody who got hurt yesterday the best. It did not look good for the Titans defense. Tyler Shook threw for 300 yards, but the offense, different story. This is the 4th straight game of 20-plus points for the Titans. You scored a bunch against the Cleveland Browns. You scored a bunch against the San Francisco 49ers. You scored a bunch against the Chiefs, and then yesterday against the Saints, you scored 20-plus points. And it's all thanks to your quarterback. Cam Ward, every single week I keep coming on this channel and talking about how comfortable Cam Ward looks in the pocket and how comfortable he is just getting as a quarterback. It feels like the game is starting to come to him, and he is making hell of a plays lately. I mean, I can't show you any video, which I wish I could, but that one play to Chigakonkwo over the middle of the field, breaking 2 tackles, holy hell. 21 for 40, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, zero interceptions is the big one, an 88.7 QB rating. And for Cam Ward, he made a history for the Titans. This tweet comes from Titans PR itself. He now is the only rookie to throw for 300 passing yards in franchise history and the 21st overall quarterback to have a 3,000-yard team. First since Ryan Tannehill in 2021 also extended his streak to 4 consecutive games for at least 2 touchdown passes, which is the longest streak for the Titans all the way back in 2020 for Ryan Tannehill. So he's making history. He's being the best Titans quarterback that we have seen in years, and I'm expecting him to have even better seasons for years to come. I'm excited to see what he has for himself in the second season when obviously the Titans get a lot better roster than they have this year. He wasn't the only one to make history, though. If we want to talk about one weapon that Cam Ward has, and a weapon that, let's be honest, the Titans have on both sides of the field, offense and special teams, it's Chimere Dike. And we talked about how he made the Pro Bowl last week as a return specialist, but surpasses Tim Brown, 2317 yards in 1988 for the most all-purpose yards in a season by a rookie in NFL history. They have a special one in DK. He returns kicks and he returns punts, and he is a speedy MRFer, and at any point he can be a weapon. And you can also see right there on the offensive side, has 45 catches, 8.8 yards per catch, 6 total touchdowns, 4 on offense, and then 2 returns on special teams, and the all-purpose yards at 2371. Like, it's crazy that he leads, and he's only a rookie. And the best part about it, this is the worst he will be, knock on wood, that I hope he doesn't get injured because that would be the only way. But he is just going to develop more and more into an NFL player. He is going to get better, faster, stronger, better hands. He's going to be such a weapon for Cam Ward, and I don't know that teams are going to start kicking to him at all. They might refuse to because of the threat that he can return kicks at any point in time, whether it's 99 yards, whether it's 50 yards, 100 yards. You cannot kick to the guy. And just looking at this offense, it's exciting to see the future of the Titans because you see Cam Ward getting more comfortable, like I said. You see Chimere Dike being one of those top wide receivers. I thought Alec Manor was going to be it, but DK has been an absolute gem that they found in the later rounds. So we'll see if they can make a little jump in year 2 of the NFL with a new head coach and a second-year quarterback. We see the Chicago Bears do it. We see the New England Patriots do it. Maybe they can do it with the Tennessee Titans. So if you're excited about the Titans' future, go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. Show the world that the Titans might be here to stay. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that sub button. We got you covered all throughout the offseason for the draft coverage, free agency. You name it, we got you covered. So hit that sub button. And as always, tighten up.